Well, our journey takes us on the road to St. Louis, Missouri to play the Blues. This is the third time we played St. Louis already this season, so first time we play them in their building. We get a chance to face them in St. Louis, Missouri. Pekka Rinne getting yet another start, so gotta trust in Pex going up against Yaroslav Halak, who I'm pretty sure we've already faced. He doesn't have a win this season. I'm pretty sure we already faced Halak back in Nashville, but this is not Nashville. This is St. Louis for the third time. This is St. Louis. Mike Fisher will open the draw for the Predators. We're trying to make up for a terrible game. Well, not a terrible game. We're just trying to make up for a frustrating loss to the New York Islanders. Trying to actually score a goal this time. So let's go ahead and up the pressure, go to that forecheck, and try to figure out how to score a goal. I mean, it can't be that hard, right? Puck going back in the net. It's not that difficult to find out how to make the puck go in the back of the net, is it? It is when, Kostitsyn on the doorstep. Why didn't we do that in the last game? Kostitsyn, the leading goal scorer for the Predators. Yeah, that's going to be number 9 this year, I'm pretty sure. Yep, 9. He's 1 away from double digits. Like I said at the beginning of the season, I told you I expect this guy to score a lot of goals. He's got the net front presence here, and we make up for the fact we didn't score in 60 minutes against the Islanders. We've already got one within roughly a minute into this game. Yeah, a minute into this game, we've already got the lead. We'll have to play behind the lead, and we were on a partial change, but the second line has gone right back out there to take the face-off following Kostitsyn's goal. Blum, the puck is right there. You could have just skated right to it. Hornquist trying to make a pass. That kept in by Pietrangelo. And I guess what we'll do is just make an aggressive saucer pass to Morrison. He's also looking for his first as a Predator, maybe first NHL goal, but I haven't looked at any of these stats. That's a bad pass because that's going to lead the Blues out and away. Good defending this time by Blum. And it's back up to Morrison again, who will flip it off the board to himself. And just looking for that shot lane. That one's to Halak. Kostitsyn was there again, but he couldn't make that one go in the net. See if the Blues decide to flip it in, because they don't... You're really going to call a penalty on that. Kind of a weak call, in my opinion. Is going to be checking from behind? Spaling took the penalty. I saw the same signal that what we saw in the last game against the Islanders, and I'm pretty sure checking from behind is yes, it's considered checking from behind. Cross-check is more of an extension of the arms by the referee in terms of the signal. 22nd ranked power play, so is this really going to be a power play threat? Rinne, hopefully you got your best stuff. I know that we're going to use Rinne like a workhorse in the net, so he's got to be ready to go this season. He's going to play a lot of games. I sparingly want to use Chris Mason. I don't want to use Mace a whole lot if we can prevent it. Nothing personal, just we got a better goaltender in Pekka Rinne. So why wouldn't you start your way better goaltender in Pekka Rinne? We don't really have a great 1A, 1B situation here. We have a clear starting goaltender and a clear, obvious backup goalie. And we want to use our obvious backup goalie sparingly. As little as we have to. What is that, Deke? I'm trying some things. I'll be trying some things here and there with Deeks, but I don't want to do too much of that. But if I have a chance to get a rush, especially shorthanded, I see no harm in trying to get a deke. I mean, if we get it over the blue line, try some things. A little shot from outside is probably not a bad idea. David Legwand on the board shorthanded. Is that the first shorthanded goal that Nashville scored this season? Number 7 for the center. The top line center. I'm pretty sure the top line center. I think Mike Fisher is second line center. And through the legs of Jordan Leopold. Yeah, the top line center is David Legmon. Here's your second line center, Mike Fisher. These guys are killing penalties. And boy, did that ever work off to put... batted out of midair, okay. Did it ever work out to put Legmon on the penalty kill as the center? Get up there, challenge the point shot. Oh, we've drawn a penalty. Fisher has drawn a penalty. So now we can get an opportunity to go to the power play. And the other special teams we'll get a chance to score. We've got one. Oops. That was the remote. That had to have been very loud coming through the mic. It was loud to me. But now the power play can get an opportunity to do what the shorthanded unit did, and that's score a goal. And now, I know our power play was anemic in the last game. It didn't do anything, didn't look very inspiring. But, our power play has been terrible the whole season for the most part. It has scored on a few occasions. That's beautiful. Come on. Give it up. Give it up for the power play. Give it up for Colin Wilson. You can do a lap. As far as I'm concerned, beautiful net from presence. We've got that 3-0 lead. We meant business coming into St. Louis. But to be fair, we've played how we should against our competition. We're beating teams that are really, really bad, and we're having tight games against teams that are really, really good. So to be fair, God, Halak, that is some of the worst goals. That looks worse than me in the Colby Be a Pro Series in Season 5. I couldn't be more proud of this team. And the way we started, we've got special teams goals for both the shorthanded unit and the power play to make up for the fact that we didn't score any goals in the last game, for that matter. I was about to say for the fact that we didn't score on the power play in the last game, but we just didn't score at all in the last game. Don't be careful making that check, because they have called so many checking from behind penalties. Morrison have a blast, just skate up the ice with full speed. Nice. Halak hasn't been able to make a save in this game, so it's probably not a bad idea to get some of these so-called lesser players. And please don't be listening to this, Morrissey, or Morrison. Morrissey is a different player. Don't be listening to this audio, because you're not necessarily a lesser player, but I'm just going to call you a lesser player for all intents and purposes. It's probably not a bad game to get some of these guys going if Halak can't make a save. We're going to Destruction City on St. Louis right now. Physically, goal scoring just on the score sheet everywhere. We're not giving these guys anything. We scored on their power play. What a pass to Kostitsin. Now drive the net. You got to drive the net harder than that. Leg one off the cheek of leg one. Back to the point. Klein can walk it. And he will open up. Big blast. Rebound again. Poked back in. Kostitsin. It's all over the St. Louis zone. They cannot handle this pressure. We are too good. Spaling was changing. That's a tough change. I mean, I'm looking up ice. You're wide open, and you decide that's a good time to go for a line change. So now that puts us in a tough spot where he's got to come back on the ice. We have to win a D-zone face-off, and we have to get it out of the zone. Oh, my God. See what? And he's going to nearly ice it again. Well, Spaling didn't ice it, but he caused an icing. You going on a line change, you basically caused an icing. Oh, that was a dandy save by Pecorine. I'm trying to get a cover. Good God. Why are we playing this bad? We do have a line change that has been made. Shea Weber is out here, so that means the first pair is on the ice. Weber paired with Blum. Saved by Rene again. Bork doesn't have any line mates going to the boards. He finally does. It's Halischuk on his lonesome. Just flips it in himself. And then with Wilson, we'll try to get the puck back. Wilson, go in there. Your teammates got it pinned. Go in there. Oh, get out of the way. We've drawn another penalty. So another penalty was taken in that process. I don't mind it. If we get it to the power play now, if the power play scores, that kind of makes up for the fact that Halischuk just kind of got in the way after that. There it is in front. And he's just standing there. Bork is just standing there absorbing the roughing minor from Langenbrunner. Good God, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time as well. There's a lot of names in this game that I haven't heard in a long time. So that's only halfway into the D zone. Bank pass to Legmon, really slow off the boards. And up to Fisher. Faking the clap. And losing it. I mean, we did have the power play goal earlier. We were up 3-0. We don't need this, but for the numbers, just to make the numbers look pretty on the power play for the season, yeah, it would be nice to get one here. And it would be nice to continue to get guys like Legwan going. Or not Legwan, Kostitsin. Weird wrapper. I mean, we've got Legwan going. We do need to get Legwan going, but we've got both of those guys going in this one, in this particular game. Fisher spins off of that. Back to Weber. Good puck movement. And then Blum ruined it by not receiving an awkward pass. We got to make cleaner passes than that when we're on the power play. We just got to make a simple play with it. Oh, no. That's out of reach for leg one. That will not be an icing. I don't mind that shot in there from Blum. Spin away from it. Get down. Get down on it. Get back to the puck. Failed power play. Looked kind of bad, especially at the end. Okay, there's two guys going to the same area for the puck. Got to have a little bit of communication skills. In front. Backdoor feed gets there, but no goal. We had a similar play like that against the Islanders. And that could be Weber trying to tee it up through traffic. There's a lot of traffic like that in front of the net. It's probably not going to get on net. Oh, Weber! Kneel before the fans. Or kneel before Weber. Hammered in by the captain from the point. And this 4-goal first period is a show of complete dominance from the Nashville Predators. Weber, that's the kind of blast that I want Weber to have more frequently this season. He deserves it. It's just a shame with all the shots he took in the last game that he didn't get a goal, but he finally breaks through against the Blues. Is that it for Halak? This Blues team can clearly not hang with us this season. And you've seen their record. They're not a very good team based on the standings right now. And it's showing. It is clearly showing up on the score sheet. It's clearly showing up in this first period that they just can't hang with us. We're a superior team. I meant for that to go to the corner, just so we're clear. And it did not go to the corner. Blues are being booed. The boos. Oh my God. We're bringing way too many people down low, but it doesn't matter. When the Blues just play. How's that not? Hold on. How's that not interference? That's contact at center ice with a player that didn't have possession. Bobby Butler. Go at it, Butler. Fans don't like it. They paid hard-earned money to see you guys absolutely choke a game away against the Predators like this. Didn't even show up for the first period hardly. Even when I goof up, that was almost amazing. Go to the point. Rebound given up by Rene. You know the shot's coming, and we block it. Good play by Bork not to take a penalty. And just saucered out to center. Probably the best play was to saucer that out to center and just get some relief. All we're looking is to relieve the pressure for a moment. Behind the net. Wrapped around. Kostitsin is there and can find Legwan through the middle. Drag move by Legwan. Pulls up, shoots, blocked before it got through. Don't take a penalty to end the period. That's preferential. And we just can get out of this with a 4-goal lead. Nothing is guaranteed in this, but 4 goals is going to be very difficult to overcome. I don't care if you have 40 minutes of game left. Well, the hometown fans are not liking this very much, but I am enjoying every second of this because this is the kind of answer game we needed to have coming off of a frustrating loss to the Islanders, a difficult one to take. We're going to have some tough losses this season. I know that's going to be a reality for us, but it's how you answer. It's how you respond after a tough game. As long as we don't get into too much of a rut and have an extended losing streak, I can handle a few tough games here and there because it's just a reality of a long season. That's just how it goes. This is a difficult league. We're not going to win every game. And sometimes you're going to run into hot goalies, and that's what we did. We ran into a very good goaltender in Nabokov, and now we've run into a cold goaltender in Halak. And in fact, I'd be shocked if he's still in the net coming off of that first period of play, but it looks like he is. Covering the outside. There's Kostitsin right on the spot, right on the money. Oh, hold on to that puck. I tried to get it to Kostitsin. He's got room to shoot one, and he scores. Sergei Kostitsin, everything's going in tonight. We just can't miss. We just straight up can't miss. Last game we couldn't score. This game we can't miss, and that's his 2nd of the night. 10th of the year. I just decided to just clap one right to the net. Crap one to the net. The only thing crapping is Halak, and it's his pants after that goal. I would imagine he's done. I didn't see a goalie change animation or anything, so I don't know if he's done or not. But, I mean, I would replace Halak at this point. Does it matter? It probably doesn't matter. You're not going to change your team's ways by changing goaltenders. But maybe you just give your goalie a little bit of relief when he's just been relentless. Oh, flukiest bounce ever. I'm sorry, Pekka. You gotta be kidding me. Just blocked off the cheeks. An ass goal from Colin Wilson off the cheeks. No, off the hand. Never mind. Off the hand. Maybe exaggerating that one a little bit. Listen, I don't care what body part it went off of. It went off of our player and deflected into the net. That's an unfortunate way to break a shutout. So, the only bit of luck that St. Louis has had tonight, that goal, that's it. It's the only bit of luck you will get for the whole evening. Oh no, Saboka scores. Is Rene still thinking about that last one? Okay, we need to maybe we need to just change a little bit of our I was liking our game, but now I'm thinking about changing our pressure. Do we maybe just go to a 1-2-2 red and just change the forechecking pressure to be less aggressive on the forecheck? Because we did get burned a little bit on that breakout play. We didn't get burned terribly. I think you should still have a save on that. But yeah, now the Blues are back. Well, they're kind of semi-back in the game. Should I have taken back what I said about I don't care how many minutes you have in a game. If you have 40 minutes, you're not coming back from a 4-0 deficit. They have closed the gap, despite the fact that we have the first goal in this period to make it a 5-0 lead at the time. Or was it 5? It was a 5-0 lead. They've got back-to-back goals. That was a pretty weak one from Rene. I don't blame him for the first one. That was a stupid deflection on the first one. But the most recent one is, that's just, he's got to have that one. So we're going to change our tactics a little bit. No reason to even really go aggressively to try and get offense. We've got plenty of it to begin this game and to open up this period where we had a 5-0 lead. Now we just need to play for your goalie, play defensive hockey, play shutdown hockey. Let's not go completely into a shell, but let's play the best defensive hockey we can now. Don't go chasing too much. Pressure is kept up in the corner. And that was finally flung back to center. Pretty sure it was Weber that did that. And a neat between-the-legs pass has allowed the Blues to try and fling it back in. Blum is on it, trying to avoid the pressure. The forecheck got there really quickly. All right, Morrison, try some things. Try some things. God, he cannot handle at all. You can tell he has no hands. And maybe he really is a lesser player. I'm going to get some of these guys going that deserve to get a chance to get going, that have stepped into the lineup. With injuries and whatnot, they've been put into a spot where they get a chance to play games, and I want to try to get some goals for these other players. That's a good chance for Spaling to chase it down. You can see we kept Kostitsin high in the zone, so we've got a forward that's staying high in the zone on the forecheck. That was a great escape by Roman Josi. And Yost can just hammer it right in. Oh, bit of miscommunication between Bork and Haluschuk. Back to the point again. And just flung right on by Josi into the glove of Halak. And I'm pretty sure earlier in the season we played a game against St. Louis where we won the game on a Roman Josi goal from the point late in regulation. Or was it late in regulation? I can't even remember. We had a goal from Josi that I think a game was going to overtime against St. Louis, and Josi won it in regulation on a power blast from the point. Grind line will send it in, and they will do what they do best, grind out a shift. Butler is on Bouwmeester. Nice play by Butler. We don't have a defenseman because we were changing. That would have helped to keep the puck in there. Nice hit by Rich Kloon. And it's Paul Gostad. Windmill move to get to the outside. Drop past the Weber. Spin around. Gostad was getting back to his feet there. Some more of a cycle going and an interference. Clear interference on Who is this? Roman Polak? It was against Bobby Butler. He's the guy he took to the ice, and he didn't even have a chance to go for the puck. You see it right here. That is easy. That's a very routine call. That's going to be roughing, but you could honestly call it interference, whatever you want to call. It's 2 minutes against the Blues. Back to the power play. We are 1 for 2 on it. Oh, you're getting the Shea Weber treatment, or the Kostitsin treatment, or the whoever ends up scoring the goal. I don't care. You're getting their treatment. All right, let's go quickly up, right back up the other way. Let's go with this. Don't waste too much time. Cut to the inside, now the outside. I could have shot that, but I do want to set up the power play. So now we've got guys in. Power play can not set itself up because we're so god-awful at passing. Oh my, what a pass to Legwan. And the power play scores. That was not the look I was going for. I was trying to pass it across the seam, not down low in front of the net, but the power play has found a way. David Legwan also has a second goal in the game. Was he crossing in front of the net? Yeah, he crossed right in front of the net. Shattenkirk didn't pick him up. And right under the glove, over the pad. You'd have to imagine that could be it for Halak, but you never know with the AI in these games. The Blues are just leaving him in there to be tortured by the Nashville Predators. And the power play and the forecheck. Oh, a diving attempt by Halak. He doesn't know what to do or how to handle this. We should have had that back on the forecheck. We do. And now we don't. Good effort from Bork on this play. There was still a good effort there. Tarasenko can only hope to get that into the zone. No, you're not making that pass. You are not making that pass through there. Oh, probably one too many passes. Trying to make the break-in happen. Gill can potentially wind it right back in. I like the feed back in. We bump off the body check. Back to the point because the point is what's open. Oh, I'm so sorry, Pekka. If they score on this, I apologize. They do not. They don't even hit the net. So a bit of a break on that because we made a really bad decision there. That was seen through the traffic by Rene. And the Blues actually end up playing it back to center. So they played it out of the zone. God, my mouth is so dry right now, it's so hard to speak. It really legitimately is pretty freaking difficult. I mean, I'm doing back-to-back games right now. So, oops, I'm going to drop that. So it is getting pretty genuinely difficult to speak with a dry mouth. I am trying. Maybe I just limit my commentary. It's hard to do these back-to-back, to be honest. It really is. But sometimes if I'm in a groove or if I'm pissed off, in the case of the Islander game, I'm a little pissed off. I'd like to get another game going and try to win it. And boy, are we going to win this. Are we ever? Mike Fisher, step into one. Nothing wrong with that play. I don't mind that. Hammer it back in. Back to the point. Try it again. No. Oh, the slap pass that was nowhere near. I had no chance of getting the Shea Weber with the slap pass on that. That's tough. I was going to let Steen have that shot from so far outside, and now the Blues have 3 goals on Pekka Rinne, and I don't even think he's barely seen 10 shots. You know, I know how it feels. The Goalie Be a Pro series is just like this. Someone has got to take that stick away. I mean, they're not entire. It's not even. I'm not really worried about it from like a they can come back perspective. I'm just kind of ticked off for Pekka Rinne. 2 goals in this game for St. Louis have been very fortunate deflections. One off of our player in front. It was Colin Wilson on the first goal that the Blues scored. And then a play where they just. Should we have rested Rinne? Or, I mean, I'm not blaming Rinne for any of these really, but good God, guys, this is awful. This is some atrocious attempt at defending. How is this a 2-goal game right now? Okay, pick up your play, guys. Pick up your freaking play. 2 goals just like that. It seems when the Blues score, they seem to score in bunches. Blum go after the puck. Well, we remember how we came back against Columbus, so no team is ever out of a game. That had to be a frustrating game for Columbus to drop that one. I don't want to see a comeback the size of that one for St. Louis tonight. But the way that Halak's been playing, I'm not too concerned about not being able to get another goal. I think we can certainly score a 7 on Halak. Yeah, that's going to be a penalty. That was a frustration penalty. I took that penalty, just frustrated that we're not winning any of these races or any of these battles, and Shea Weber right back to the penalty box. Dude has got to stop taking... I mean, that was me controlling Weber, but he's taken so many penalties this season. Trying to go back for it and just skated in the way of TJ Oshie. It's a very slight nudge. They've called him... Most of the penalties they're calling for roughing could easily be interference, but I don't care what you call them. They're all 2 minutes. I mean, we have a goal while shorthanded, so do we get another one? Maybe we do. Look at this crossing pattern. Go, Wilson. Weird floater from Legwand, but he scored from outside on the penalty kill, didn't he? His shorthanded goal in this game came from outside. Legwand has a shorthanded and a power play goal in this game. Maintain your gaps, manage your gaps, defend properly, and defend hard. Nothing wrong with sending that right back in. We want to be smart about it. If we have a chance to get the puck away from our end of the ice all the way down there, you take it. And you should have a save on that one, Rene. That should be a really routine save for Pekka Rene. Trying to get inside positioning, but we never got to where we could get inside positioning on Leopold. Keep him to the outside. You're going to have to work to gain space against these defensemen. That needs to be the attitude. Don't let him get these pucks through the seam. Blocked in front. Tarasenko a couple of times is jabbing away at it. Man, it's gotten physical over there in the corners. Legwand is sprung free. And boy is he. A move, and it goes in! Oh my God! Legwand has scored a hat trick, I think, in this one, and it scored off of a deke. And it was just as the power play was, it's a hat trick goal. Rene's going to get an assist. It was just as the penalty had expired. Halak, that's just the type of game he's had. What a highlight goal right under the legs. He deked it into the net. Well, geez, I'm stunned right now. I was not expecting a Legwand hat trick, especially in that fashion. I was just trying to make a move around the defenseman because the defenseman had gotten speed on Legwand, so I wanted to make sure that we could maybe make a move to get around him. Oh, Bork to Wilson. Poke checked away. Halak has had enough. This has been just too much for Yaroslav Halak in this game to deal with. Bartley's over there to support. I think we got a guy fresh off a change. It's Kostitsyn. Trying to throw it with the net front traffic, but Halischuk didn't get there fast enough. It would have been nice if he could drive right across the crease. We could shoot it as he's driving, and then it tip off of him into the net. That would be kind of sweet. That was kind of what I was going for. But, I mean, at this point in the game, we don't need another goal. We really don't. But, I mean, I've said that, and St. Louis has scored goals in bunches in this game. So it seems like when they get a couple of goals, they get them in one right after the other. So I guess you could say they're not completely out of this game just yet. Let's hold our horses, even though it is a 7 goals for. I mean, you would imagine that in any game, no matter what, that if you score 7 goals in a game, that's enough to win a game, right? You would imagine that 7 goals is enough to win a game. Against any opponent in any game. It doesn't matter. Get up. Our defenseman got sent to the ice, but he is back on his feet. And he's making a body check in that process. Good defense. Be ready to block it or let it through. Rene's not going to have a whole lot of save percentage coming out of this game, but that's not entirely his fault. I mean, we can just flip the puck in and just play dump and chase for the rest of the game. That is, of course, very boring to watch, so I don't intend on entirely doing that. Hey, How about getting a goal from Morrison? He still cannot break through, even against a guy that's given up 7 in the game and still in the net. Yes, let's look at all of David Legwand's goals. The hat trick hero. Not really necessarily, but maybe the hero. There's this one shorthanded. And then the other one came on the power play. This one on the power play. And then this one, not shorthanded, 5-on-5, but just as the penalty was expiring. And then deked it into the net past Halak. I mean, if you get scored on by a guy that is not intending to score, but is just doing a deke, just hang it up and go home. I mean, he should have hung it up and gone home a long time ago, Halak. I mean, I'm just going to keep pounding pucks toward the net. I mean, as long as they're going in, and my guys have a chance to improve their stats, I'm all about bumping up the offensive stats in this game. We didn't get any goals in the last one, so let's make up for that fact by scoring a ton in this one. We scored 7. We made up for that tonight. We scored a whole 2 games worth of goals, basically. Oh, I tried to one-touch that up. That was not an intentional one-touch. Ooh, watch it. We've already seen the Blues score off of deflections tonight. What a move by Bork. And the save is bobbled by Halak. I mean, it's been a long night for Halak. Keep this pressure up. Keep this pressure up. Force him back behind the net. Never mind. Ooh. And Bork couldn't catch up to that one. Well, we know where the breakout is. We got 3 guys on one side, so there's the strong side. And played back behind the blue line. Ooh! I'm sorry, Legwand. I thought that was going to be a huge body check, and I just don't want to see that happen. How's that non-interference? Or roughing, or whatever you want to call it. Tonight, they've been calling it. Every time that happens, they've been calling it. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't want to play that. Rene, we almost cost you a goal by playing that. Try to win it to the corner and get a quick breakout. We have done so. Fisher's going to come back down low, up to Hornquist. And a penalty's been called against the St. Louis Blues. This is the last thing they probably wanted to see, was another guy going to the box for their team. Hey, I can't help it. Your undisciplinedness has somewhat been your undoing, but it doesn't matter. I mean, you haven't been able to get a save at all tonight. And we have a chance to maybe give David Legwand a 4th goal in the game. Would be awesome to score a power play goal here, just to rub it in. And again, for the power play numbers on the season, we could certainly afford to get one here, just to improve those numbers. Numbers that have been, oh my God. See, you see why the numbers have been bad? This is exactly why the numbers have been really bad, because we just can't do basic things on the power play, on the breakout, or in the attacking zone. Like, now St. Louis has decided to turn it on with their passing and their defensive play. I mean, it looks like we're playing this at 5-on-5 and we're just trying to survive. Well, who has the man advantage? Just remind me one more time. Who has the freaking man advantage in this game? It's clearly not us. Oh, Spalin on the doorstep. I like that he went right back after it. And another penalty's been called against St. Louis. So 5-on-3. We're almost guaranteed to score on this. This may be the first 5-on-3 we've had all year, actually. I don't think we've had one yet. And it comes late in the game where it's really not necessary, but you can tell the frustration is seeping in for St. Louis. All right, guys. Do what you have to. 5-on-3. Do what we have to. All right. It doesn't help you guys to block your own teammates' shots, and that's basically going to be it for the 5-on-3. We could have passed that a whole lot more than we did, but that's going to do it for the 5-on-3 portion of things, I would imagine. Fisher into the glove of Halak, and we're now just to a normal power play, so obviously the power play numbers are going to suffer a little bit here. Ooh. Get it back. Get it back. Weber into the net. Weber on the power play. And he also has 2. So there are so many multi-goal scorers in this one. Just feel bad for St. Louis. They can't get a save in this game. 5 on the night, or on the season. For Shea Weber, it feels like 5 on the night. For Shea Weber, beautiful one-timer hammered into the top corner. That's just the Shea Weber special, delivered hot and ready. All right, let's head to our next destination. I can't remember if we stay on the road or if we go back home, but either way, let's just pack our bags up, go back to the hotel, get a good night's sleep. You know we're going to be sleeping real good after a game like this and a performance like this, an offensive encoring for the Nashville Predators. Games like this are very rare, and I've talked at times, I was wondering if we could get offensive explosions. I don't view our team as a supreme offensive, juggernaut or anything. We're not that type of team, but we've looked the part tonight. And the nets come off. I consider us a team built around defending. We're built to defend. We're built to grind teams down with our forecheck, dumping the puck in. That's kind of the style. That's the identity I want to play with. That's the identity I've adopted. And I don't adopt the idea of us being a high-scoring team that's going to score a lot of goals like this on the regular. And we're going to go to the Blues are going to go to the power play, as we've touched up. At this point, it could matter less, except for Rene's save percentage. That's the only thing that we're trying to preserve a little bit of here. Not sure why you'd go take a penalty. And the Blues are still 0 for 2 on their previous 2 power plays, so this is their 3rd one tonight. So I guess the penalty kill numbers are going to be a lot better looking coming out of this game for us. Certainly not for St. Louis. Penalty kill has been pretty much non-existent. I feel bad for the St. Louis in some part because they clearly don't have a very good team, and they haven't gotten the help in the net from Halak this season. And that's been the same case for tonight. Our shorthanded unit looks so much better than their power play. That's being proven again in the last 10 seconds of the game here. Fisher can just kill time and clap it all the way down the ice to end the game. Beautiful road victory and a bounce back after a difficult showing against the New York Islanders where we dropped it 1-0. We didn't get any goals. Tonight we had 8 of them. Well, that game, we're going to be missing Bork now as well. So that's 2 injuries, 2 guys on the injured list. It's only a week or so. But that game is a prime example of eating and leaving no crumbs. So we go to Montreal, where we get Craig Smith back from injury. That becomes the issue. If we get Craig Smith back from injury, it becomes a lot less of a dire situation where we can sub in Craig Smith instead of having to use somebody else. But it may be Philip Forsberg coming in and the lineup just looks like, Craig Smith's coming back soon, but not soon enough. Unless he can play through that injury, but I'd rather not get him to come back prematurely. View lines, edit lines. Okay, so instead of Yip, I'm going to put Forsberg in here. So scratch Yip, dress Forsberg, and it's going to be Philip Forsberg. Or did we didn't have another player, did we? We don't have another player to come in relief. So I'm actually going to put Philip Forsberg. Philip Forsberg, you can go in there. And that works for me. Manually edit lines. So we got more lines to go over and review. Remember, we've got something's changed in terms of, I don't remember, Bobby Butler's on the point, which is where Craig Smith would be. Craig Smith here, where Bobby Butler is, just so you know. Blum's playing along with Weber, or maybe it was Craig Smith is... I don't know. I don't remember where Craig Smith, and I'm pretty sure Craig Smith is where Butler is for right now, a little temporary thing. And I know Craig Smith was playing somewhere else. There was another spot where Craig Smith was. I thought it was like 4-on-4. This can be filled by the temporary. Remember this 4-on-4 lines, line 3 is going to be the injury that we just had to whatever his name is. I can't think of his name right now. Gabriel Bork. So Gabriel Bork will be on this unit for now, it's going to be Philip Forsberg with Wilson. And there was another, that's all that was missing, wasn't it? So that's all that Bork was on. He was not on the penalty kill or anything like that, so he's not getting any ice time there. But that's fine. So, yeah, when we do get Craig Smith back, he's going to be going back to second line right wing, which is where Morrison is playing for right now, which is fine with me. And then Craig Smith is also on the power play. But Butler's getting power play time right now on the point. And then I don't think there was another spot we were giving Craig Smith. Was Craig Smith anywhere? There's a video. It's in one of the videos. Look back at one of the videos to see where Craig Smith was supposed to be in. So that should change the lines nicely for now. While we deal with Bork's injury, it's not much that has to be changed. It's just two settings. It's this 4-on-4 line 3 and just the standard 12 forward roster.